God is very angry with you. This is the last time God is flashing this on your screen. Don't test God's patience. Stay and listen within 30 seconds, or you alone will be responsible for what's about to happen. Right now, this is not just a message you've randomly come across. This is a final divine warning. This is not gentle. This is not soft. This is the voice of God calling you back, shaking your soul awake, opening your eyes before it's too late. This is not just a wake-up call. This is the last call. The kind of moment that decides what comes next. Heaven or destruction, restoration or ruin, mercy or judgment. This is not a game. This is not something to skip or scroll past. God is saying enough. Enough ignoring. Enough delaying. Enough pretending. Enough pushing him aside. He is not silent anymore. He is not stepping back again. You have tested him far too long. He loves you, but he will not be mocked. Please, if your heart is still beating right now, comment Amen as a sign that you still hear him. If this word pierced even a corner of your spirit, like a whisper you couldn't deny, please like this video. Not for me, but because God is speaking, and someone else might need to hear this before it's too late for them too. This moment is sacred, because God does not always give a final warning. He does not always repeat himself. He does not always extend another second. But today, in his mercy, he is showing you this before your eyes are closed and your soul meets the reality you're not ready for. He's giving you 30 seconds, not to scare you, not to shame you, but to save you, because he still loves you, even when he is angry. Because he still wants you, even while his heart is burning with the weight of how far you've drifted. Because his anger is not like the world's anger. It is holy, it is righteous. It is love that has reached its edge. This is what it means when God is very angry with you. It means he has seen every moment you ignored his voice. Every night you drowned your soul to silence the spirit. Every time you chose darkness with your eyes wide open. Every time you flirted with sin like it was harmless. Every time you touched what you knew would cost you everything. Every time you said later, tomorrow, someday, while grace waited and waited and waited. But now grace is warning you, not whispering anymore. You cannot say you didn't know. You cannot say no one told you. This is that moment. This is that voice. This is that message. Because even his final warning is love. You were not made to live like this. You were not made to carry this guilt, to wear this mask, to fake your peace. You were not made to chase pleasure that leaves you emptier than before. You were not made to run from the one who created your soul. You were made to walk with God. You were made to live in his presence. You were made to know him, not fear his anger, but feel his mercy. But the longer you wait, the more you harden. And God is not silent forever. He is not patient forever. He is not blinking while you self-destruct. This is your moment to turn. Not next week, not when things calm down, not when you're older. Now, right here, this very breath. This is what mercy looks like when the clock is almost done ticking. There's a weight on this message because it is not ordinary. It is the voice of a God who says, I have called you. I have waited. I have blessed you even when you forgot me. I have protected you when you didn't even thank me. I held back consequences that should have destroyed you. I kept you alive through things that others didn't survive. I whispered when you cried. I covered you when you sinned. I surrounded you when you were lost. But I will not be ignored forever. I will not watch you destroy what I created with love. I will not stay silent while your soul walks toward destruction. If you believe God is speaking to you right now, comment 1111 to agree with what your spirit knows is true. The anger of God is not like the fire of the world. It does not lash out blindly. It does not come from bitterness. It is the voice of a holy God who knows the cost of sin, who knows the torment waiting for those who walk away from him. His anger is love that will not stay quiet when you are walking toward death. His anger is mercy in its last form, reaching out to wake you up before you cross a line you cannot return from. You have been warned, but you are still loved. You have messed up, but you are not abandoned. You have fallen, but you are not beyond mercy. You have failed him, but he has not failed you. That is why this is flashing before your eyes. That is why you are hearing this now. Not because you are cursed, but because you are chosen. Not because God is giving up, but because God is giving you one last call to come home. Turn from the path that is leading you to ruin. Turn from the habits that are stealing your peace. Turn from the relationships that are pulling you away from your purpose. Turn from the idols that can't save you. Turn from the silence that is choking your spirit. God is not looking for perfect people. He is not demanding a flawless life. He is calling your heart. He is calling your surrender. He is asking for your return. Do not test his patience. It is great, but it is not endless. God has been patient long enough. This is the line being drawn in the spirit. This is the season where delay becomes disobedience, where silence becomes rebellion, where lukewarm becomes denial, where almost becomes never. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. This is your soul being shaken by the Spirit of God. This is your heart being stirred by heaven. This is the Father crying out before the door closes. You are not here by accident. You didn't scroll to this by chance. This is God's voice louder than it has ever been. You cannot unhear this. You cannot unknow this. You cannot pretend this didn't pierce you. You are not too far gone. You are not beyond his reach. But you are close to the edge, and he is warning you because he wants to catch you before you fall into what you cannot climb out of. Stay with this word. Keep listening, because there's more you need to hear. What comes next will explain what you need to do now, how to return, how to break the chains, how to be restored. But first, you need to realize just how serious this moment is. Heaven is watching. Your destiny is trembling, and God is not waiting forever. The fire is not to destroy you, it is to purify you. But if you run from the fire, you stay in the filth. If you resist the voice, you remain in the dark. If you ignore this one more time, the silence that follows will be louder than thunder. Don't confuse his kindness as permission to keep living the way you've been living. This is not just a message you happen to find. This is a divine intervention. It's a moment carved out by God himself to arrest your attention before the next step you take becomes a step too far. When God says he is very angry with you, it is not to condemn you. It is to call you back from the edge. It means he's watched you sit in silence while your spirit faded. He's seen the tears behind your laughter, the emptiness behind your performance, the choices you've made in secret when no one else could see. He saw every time you wanted to stop but didn't. Every time you promised to change but fell again. And still he waited. Still he covered you. Still he gave you breath. But now that breath has brought you here. Now that mercy is standing like a wall between you and destruction. Now that voice is louder than your distractions. This is a confrontation. Not to shame you, but to bring you face to face with what's been killing you. And it's not just your sin. It's the silence between you and God. It's the slow drift of your soul. It's the way you've made peace with what you used to hate. It's the numbness that has crept in and taken over what was once alive. It's the way you've stopped fearing the consequences. Please, if something inside you knows this word is breaking through, comment 222 right now to declare you trust God's timing in showing this to you, because this is not random. You've been praying, even if you've stopped using words. Your spirit has been groaning, even if your lips have been quiet. There's been a cry inside you that says, God, I don't want to keep living like this. And maybe you didn't know how to change. Maybe you felt too far. Maybe you got tired of trying. But God heard it. God saw it. God has not let go. But He cannot let you stay in rebellion. He cannot let you stay in patterns that destroy your calling. He cannot bless what is killing you. He will not give peace to what is out of order. He is not the God who applauds your comfort. He is the God who calls you to holiness, because holiness is where your peace lives. Holiness is where your purpose comes alive. Holiness is not perfection, it is surrender. It is saying yes when everything inside you wants to say no. It is trusting Him even when it hurts. It is walking away from what you want because you know what you need. And God knows what you need. Even when you think you've figured it out, even when you try to convince yourself you're okay, He sees deeper. He hears the broken parts of you you've stopped paying attention to, and He is not ignoring them anymore, because He wants you free. And freedom does not come by avoiding pain. It comes by facing it in His presence. It comes by choosing the fire that refines instead of the comfort that keeps you stuck. God's anger is not rage, it is holy grief. It is the pain of a father watching his child waste their inheritance. It is the voice of a creator crying out for his creation to remember who they are. You are not what you've become. You are not the addiction. You are not the mask. You are not the shame. You are not the one who quit. You are His. And you still have time, but time is short. You still have breath, but breath is precious. You still have a choice. But the next one could change everything. This is your warning, but it's also your invitation. This is God saying, I am still here, but I will not keep standing in silence while you ignore me. I will not keep whispering if you won't listen. I will not keep holding back the consequences if you keep pretending they won't come. You are not being punished, you are being pursued, but this is the last flash before the storm breaks. This is the final knock before the door closes. This is the moment before what was spiritual becomes visible. What will you do with it? Not with your feelings, not with your opinions, but with your soul. Because the decisions you make now are shaping your eternity. You can't fix everything at once. You don't have to clean yourself up before you come. You just have to come. Come to the feet of the one who still wants you. Come back to the one who knows everything and still calls you worthy of grace. You are not disgusting to Him. You are not forgotten. You are not thrown away. But you are also not safe outside of His will. God is not like the world. He doesn't just get angry and walk away. He gets angry because He's been patient for so long. He gets angry because He knows the cost. He gets angry because He loves you too deeply to let you destroy yourself. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You need to surrender, not later. Not once things are easier. Not once you figure everything out. Right now, with the mess, with the guilt, with the fear, with the addiction, with the shame, lay it down. You've carried it too long. You've tried to numb it too many times. You've tried to make peace with what's been poisoning you. But God is cutting through that fog right now. He is breaking through the lies, and He is calling you to return. This is not about rules. This is not about religion. This is about your soul. This is about eternity. This is about who you were created to be. You were never meant to walk alone. You were never meant to fight your battles without the Spirit of God inside you. You were never meant to settle for shallow peace when you were made for supernatural joy. You were never meant to blend in with darkness when you were created to shine. You have been standing at a crossroads without admitting it, pretending that time would fix what only surrender can heal, but God has stepped in because delay has become dangerous for you. God is very angry with you because you have been living divided, saying you belong to Him while giving your heart to things that drain your life. And this division has been tearing you apart quietly while you tried to survive on appearances. He sees how tired you are, not just physically but spiritually. And He knows how heavy it has been to carry guilt without confession, shame without healing, and fear without His peace. He knows how often you told yourself it would be the last time, how many nights you lay awake feeling empty, how many mornings you woke up already exhausted by a life that looks full on the outside but feels hollow inside. This warning is mercy wrapped in urgency. It is God standing between you and a fall that would cost you more than you realize. He is not angry because He hates you. He is angry because He loves you too much to watch you destroy yourself slowly. His patience has protected you. But patience does not mean approval. His silence before this moment was not agreement. It was restraint, and now that restraint has lifted just enough for you to hear His voice clearly. There are things in your life God has been telling you to let go of, and every time you ignored Him, your heart grew a little harder, your joy a little quieter, your sensitivity a little weaker. You felt it, even if you didn't name it. You felt prayer become heavy. You felt worship become distant. You felt conviction turn into annoyance. That did not happen overnight. It happened one choice at a time. But God is interrupting that pattern now, before it finishes its work. If you know this interruption is meant for you, comment 333 as a declaration that you choose faith over fear. God's anger is not the end of your story. It is the moment before restoration begins if you respond correctly. But if you harden your heart, if you scroll past this moment internally, if you say this is not for me, then you are choosing distance when closeness is still being offered. God is not threatening you for entertainment. He is warning you because what is ahead will not be stopped without repentance. Some doors close quietly. Some consequences arrive suddenly. Some losses cannot be reversed. And God is speaking now because He sees the path you are walking and where it leads. You have been stronger than people know, but you have also been weaker than you admit. You have carried things alone that you were never meant to carry without God. You have made decisions while wounded, reacted while angry, escaped while hurting, and justified what once broke your conscience. God has not missed any of it. He is not surprised. He is not confused. He is not shocked, but He is grieved. And grief in a holy God becomes a call to change. This is the moment where excuses lose their power. You cannot blame your past forever. You cannot blame people who hurt you while continuing to hurt yourself. You cannot keep asking God for blessings while rejecting His correction. Blessing without obedience becomes a curse. Comfort without truth becomes deception. God is calling you out of survival mode into surrendered living, because survival is not what He created you for. He created you for freedom, clarity, purpose, and peace that does not collapse when life gets hard. The reason this feels intense is because eternity is involved. Your soul matters. Your direction matters. The condition of your heart matters. God is not just concerned with what you do publicly, but with who you are becoming privately. And who you are becoming has been shaped by what you tolerate. He is now challenging what you have tolerated for too long. You are not beyond forgiveness. You are not disqualified. You are not rejected. But you are being confronted. And confrontation is a gift when it comes from a loving Father. He disciplines those he loves, not to wound them, but to rescue them. This anger is not punishment. It is prevention. It is God stepping in before sin hardens into identity, before compromise becomes lifestyle, before distance becomes separation. You still have time to return, but return requires humility. It requires honesty. It requires laying down pride and admitting you cannot fix this alone. God is not asking for perfection. He is asking for surrender. He is asking you to stop running, stop hiding, stop negotiating with sin, and come back into alignment with His will. There is a peace waiting for you that you have not felt in a long time. There is clarity waiting for you that will silence confusion. There is strength waiting for you that does not come from willpower but from His Spirit. But none of that can flow while rebellion remains unchallenged. God is clearing the way right now, even if it feels uncomfortable. He is removing what cannot stay. He is shaking what is unstable. He is exposing what has been hidden, not to shame you, but to heal you. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. You are standing in a divine turning point. God is not being vague with you. He is not speaking in parables. He is being direct. He is being fierce. He is being full of fire, not to destroy you but to refine you. This is your hour to make a decision that will echo beyond this lifetime. You can no longer pretend you do not know. God is no longer whispering. He is thundering from His throne. The words are not subtle. His presence is not quiet. He is making it known that His patience has limits, and you have walked too close to that line. Not because He has stopped loving you, but because He is a God of truth, and He will not allow you to stay bound when He died to set you free. You cannot dance with the world and still expect peace from the Spirit. You cannot cling to sin and wonder why your prayers feel dry. You cannot mock His grace and still ask for miracles. This is not about perfection, this is about posture. And right now, your heart posture matters more than ever before. You've been standing in your own strength, leaning on your own understanding, building walls around wounds you refuse to bring to God. But the walls are breaking, not to hurt you, but to bring the healing you've been delaying. You say you want peace, but peace requires surrender. You say you want clarity, but clarity requires submission. You say you want breakthrough, but breakthrough requires breaking. And this is the moment when God is breaking everything that stood between you and Him. If you believe what is happening inside of you right now is a divine shift, comment 555 as a sign that you are stepping into alignment. God is very angry because you have carried the name of Christ while living like He is optional. You have prayed when it was convenient. You have worshipped when you felt emotional. You have spoken of Him when it served your needs. But when He called for holiness, you avoided Him. When He called for sacrifice, you delayed. When He called you deeper, you changed the subject. And now, he is confronting that, because he cannot pour his glory into a divided heart. This is why the pressure in your life has been increasing. This is why the people around you have shifted. This is why the old ways are no longer working. God is stripping everything that numbed you, exposing everything that distracted you, shaking everything that rooted you in rebellion. He is not doing it out of rage. He is doing it because he still wants you. He still calls you by your name, not your shame. But he is no longer allowing the silence. He is no longer letting you settle. You are chosen, not by accident, but by the intentional love of a Father who knew your beginning and your end before you were formed in the womb. And because you are chosen, he will not allow you to be comfortable in compromise. His anger is not rejection, it is correction. It is his refusal to let you rot inside while pretending you are fine. It is his divine jealousy calling you out of all that is false and shallow. He made you for more, and he will not let you forget it. There are people watching you, souls connected to your obedience, destinies linked to your surrender. What you do next matters. If you walk away now, you are not only denying yourself freedom, but you are blocking the flow of healing that was supposed to reach others through your life. You are a vessel, and that vessel has been leaking because you tried to carry both holiness and rebellion. But God is sealing every crack, cleansing every corner, renewing your strength if you let him in. You don't need to understand everything to obey. You don't need to have it all together to return. You don't need to fix your mess before you fall at his feet. All you need is a heart that says yes. A heart that surrenders the pride. A heart that lets go of the idols. A heart that refuses to pretend one more day. He is calling you home, not the place you built for your image, not the routine you got used to, but the place where your soul breathes again, where joy doesn't need performance, where peace is not tied to circumstance, where purpose wakes you up in the morning and grace holds you through the night, where you walk in the light and darkness no longer has a grip on your mind. God is angry because you belong to him. He marked you. He bought you with blood. He sealed you with his spirit. And what he paid for, he will not let go of without a fight. That is what this is, a fight for your soul, a battle for your future, a rescue mission for your destiny. Do not delay your response. Do not silence the conviction. Do not wait for another sign. This is the sign. This is the flash of mercy in the storm. This is the hand reaching out before the flood rises. This is the knock on the door before it closes. The cost of delay is higher than you realize, and the door of grace is open now. Step through it. The Spirit is no longer whispering. The air feels heavier, time feels shorter, and the weight of truth presses in like never before. That is this moment. This is not like the other times when you felt conviction and walked away unchanged. This is the moment where God has drawn a boundary, and stepping beyond it without surrender carries consequences that cannot be undone. God is very angry with you, not because he delights in punishment, but because he has watched you keep walking toward destruction, even after he tried to turn you around. He warned you gently. He whispered in your sleep. He sent people who cared. He closed doors. He disrupted plans. He stirred your spirit. And still, you chose what you wanted over what he said. Still, you silenced the tug in your heart. Still, you excused what you once repented for. But now, the Father is not just calling you. He is confronting you. His voice is louder because time is shorter. Is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. There is a kind of mercy that sounds like thunder. It breaks everything you built in rebellion. It shakes the foundation of your pride. It levels your comfort zone, not to shame you, but to save you. Because the longer you run, the harder your heart becomes. The longer you delay, the colder your spirit grows. You are not slipping quietly. You are drifting loudly in the eyes of God, and He will not let you go without a fight. His anger is proof that you matter, that your soul is valuable, that your calling is real, that your purpose is still intact, even if your life is in pieces. If you know this word is pulling your spirit into awareness, and you are done running, comment 1212 to declare that you are stepping into divine alignment. You have reached the place where pretending will not protect you anymore. You can no longer wear your mask before God. You can no longer quote verses while ignoring the one who wrote them. You can no longer pray over wounds you refuse to give Him. You can no longer ask for blessings while making peace with disobedience. God is demanding all of you now, not because He wants to control you, but because partial obedience is still rebellion, and rebellion opens doors to darkness that will steal your peace, your clarity, and your future. This is not just about right and wrong. This is about life and death. This is about eternity. This is about the kind of pain you cannot pray your way out of later if you ignore Him now. God is not being dramatic. He is being honest. He is telling you the truth before it breaks you. He is showing you what lies ahead if you keep going the way you are going. You think you can handle it. You think you have time. But you do not see what He sees. He sees the trap forming. He sees the enemy approaching. He sees the tears you will cry if you do not turn now. And yet, even in His anger, He has not withdrawn His love. Even now, while your life stands at the edge of the cliff, His hand is stretched toward you. You are one breath away from mercy, one step away from a different path, one moment away from redemption. But it will not come without a decision. God will not beg. He will not keep showing you the same warning. He will not force you to choose Him. But He will make it clear what is at stake. You are not just making a choice for today. You are deciding what kind of life you will live, what kind of legacy you will leave, what kind of eternity you will enter. Your soul is the most precious thing you have, and God is speaking because it is in danger. He is not negotiating. He is declaring. He is not suggesting. He is commanding. Because when God speaks with this kind of weight, it means heaven has already waited too long. This is the end of pretending, the end of delay, the end of justifying what God has called sin. This is the beginning of return, but only if you move now. Do not wait for emotions. Do not wait for circumstances to shift. Do not wait for another sign. There is nothing left to wait for. You have seen enough. You have heard enough. You have been warned enough. And God is still saying, "Come home." There is a place at His feet where all your guilt is crushed under the power of His blood. There is a place in His arms where your shame cannot follow you. There is a place in His presence where the lies that have tormented you melt away. But you must come. You must fall. You must surrender. Not with half your heart, but with everything. With the pain, with the secrets, with the mess, with the anger, with the confusion. Bring it all. He already knows, and He is still calling you. He is not looking at what you've done. He is looking at what you're becoming, and what you're becoming is dangerous if you stay in rebellion. But if you return, what you're becoming is holy. What you're becoming is whole. What you're becoming is powerful in His hands. The enemy wants to convince you that it's too late, that you've failed too many times, that God has given up on you. But the very fact that you are still hearing this proves that hell has not won and heaven is not finished with you. Do not give up now. Do not shut this down. Let the fire in these words cleanse you. Let the truth in this moment realign you. Let the weight of His voice shape you. This is the kind of moment people look back on and say, everything changed. This is the kind of moment that rewrites your future. This is not hype. This is holy. He is not calling you to behave differently for a few days. He is calling you to a transformation so deep that who you were before no longer has a place in your life now. This is not temporary conviction. This is a permanent shift. You've reached the moment where heaven is not watching quietly anymore. The Spirit is not whispering soft reminders. Now He is roaring truth with power, because something eternal is at stake, and you cannot afford to miss what God is doing right now. When God says He is very angry with you, it means He has reached the edge of His warnings. He is not threatening to be cruel. He is warning because of how close you've gotten to destruction. Every time you delayed, every time you numbed your heart, every time you excused your choices, you kept walking further from the peace He designed for you. You may not have felt it all at once, but the drift was real. The silence grew, the joy faded, the clarity turned into confusion. You thought it was just life getting hard, but it wasn't just life. It was disobedience building a wall between you and God. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide, proven by neuroscience. This simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. You kept asking for answers, but you didn't want obedience. You kept asking for blessings, but you didn't want surrender. You kept asking for peace, but you didn't want to let go of sin. God has seen it all, and still, He is reaching out in mercy. But this is the final knock. This is the flash before the door shuts. You don't have to pretend to be okay anymore. God is not interested in your performance. He is after your heart, all of it, without filter, without defense, without delay. If you feel like this word is cutting through everything you've been hiding from, comment 777 as a declaration that your heart is waking up. The presence of God is not far from you. It's been right next to you, even in your rebellion. He never left you. He didn't walk away. He has been near, grieving over every choice you made that pulled you away from Him. His anger is not absence. His anger is passion. It is the voice of a father who refuses to watch his child be devoured by a life of compromise. He's seen you trying to fill the emptiness with distractions. He's watched you cling to things you thought would help you escape the guilt. He's seen you cry in silence when the pleasure faded and the pain came back stronger, and yet He stayed near. Yet He kept you breathing. Yet He protected you from what could have destroyed you already. But He won't protect rebellion forever. He won't cover what you refuse to confront. He won't speak peace to a storm you created by ignoring His voice. That's why He's confronting you now. Because the time to turn is not next week. It's not after the next fall. It's now. The urgency is real because the danger is real. There are things about to break if you don't turn. There are things about to collapse if you don't surrender. There are relationships that are draining your purpose. There are habits that are robbing your spiritual strength. There are doors you've opened that you were never meant to touch. You may not see the full damage yet, but God does. And He's not waiting for you to hit rock bottom. He's flashing this in your face because He wants to rescue you before that happens. You might feel like it's too late, like you've gone too far, like you've failed too often. But let me tell you, if it was too late, you wouldn't be hearing this. If grace had given up, this would not be reaching your heart right now. God is not speaking to condemn you. He is speaking to correct you. Because correction leads to life. Correction is love. Correction is protection. And sometimes the loudest form of love is a holy rebuke. This is not punishment, this is prevention. This is not rejection, this is redirection. This is God saying, I've waited long enough. I've carried you when you wouldn't walk with me. I've spoken gently when you were numb. I've called you in the quiet. But now, I am calling you through fire. I'm calling you through pressure. I'm calling you through truth that cannot be ignored. There's a life waiting on the other side of your surrender that you cannot even imagine. There's peace that will silence every voice of fear. There's joy that doesn't depend on your circumstances. There's strength you've never known because you've been trying to live without the fullness of His Spirit. But all of that begins when you say yes, when you bow, when you cry out, when you say, God, I'm done running. I'm done pretending. I want you more than I want anything else. And God will receive that surrender. He won't shame you. He won't replay your sins. He won't hold your past over your head. He will forgive you. He will restore you. He will wash every part of you that's been stained. He will rebuild the places in your soul that felt dead. He will breathe life into dry bones. But you have to move. You have to respond. You have to break the pattern. You can't keep doing what you've always done and expect a different outcome. You can't live in rebellion and ask for blessing. You can't stay where it's dark and ask God to shine through. He's already told you what to do. He's already pointed the way. The only thing left is your obedience. And let me tell you, your obedience in this moment will shift everything. It will open doors no man can shut. It will restore relationships you thought were lost. It will break cycles you thought were permanent. It will lift shame you thought you'd carry forever. But it all begins with this yes. The warning you've been hearing is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to wake you. It's meant to remind you that time is precious and your spirit cannot live disconnected from your Creator without consequences. Every word you've received has been like a flame lighting the path back to Him, and now the path is wide open. You don't need to crawl, you don't need to prove yourself, you just need to come. God is very angry with you because of the way you've hardened your heart. You've become numb to conviction, not because He stopped speaking, but because you started ignoring His voice. He has been patient, but His patience is not permission. It is mercy. Mercy that has lingered longer than you deserved. Mercy that covered you while you wandered. Mercy that shielded you from what your choices should have brought upon you. But mercy, when resisted long enough, turns into judgment. Not because God wants to punish, but because He is holy, and He will not let His holiness be mocked by continual rebellion. This is the moment where you must decide who you are. Not the version of yourself that pleases people, not the image you've built on the outside, but the real you, the one who has wrestled in secret, who has fallen in private, who has cried silently for a way out. That version of you is who God is calling right now. He's not asking for your performance. He's asking for your presence. He wants you to come out of the hiding places. He wants you to step out of the shadows. He wants your heart, no matter how broken it is. If you believe your full surrender begins today, and you are ready to be restored from the inside out, comment 999 and speak life over your next chapter. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. You've been living tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of carrying guilt. Tired of saying the right things while your heart drifts further and further from the one who made you. You've smiled when you were falling apart. You've preached to others while feeling empty yourself. You've helped others find peace while you struggled to sleep at night. and through it all God saw you. He never looked away. He never counted you out. But now, He's calling time. He's saying no more delay, no more mask, no more waiting. You were never meant to carry all this alone. You were never meant to be strong without Him. Your strength was never supposed to come from your performance. It was supposed to come from His presence. But when you drifted, you replaced that presence with patterns. Patterns of survival, patterns of avoidance, patterns of addiction, distraction, comfort, and pride. And slowly, those patterns became strongholds. But today, the voice of God is cutting through them. He's not asking for slow progress. He's commanding a complete return. You don't have to clean yourself up before you come. That's the lie the enemy used to keep you stuck. That's the shame that has kept you silent. But God isn't waiting for perfection. He's waiting for surrender. Because when you surrender, He begins the work. He's the one who cleanses. He's the one who heals. He's the one who removes what doesn't belong. But He will not invade a heart that refuses to yield. He will not pour living water into a vessel that chooses to stay closed. The power of this moment is not in how you feel. It's in what you decide. You may feel weak, but surrendering now is the strongest thing you'll ever do. You may feel scared, but obedience will lead you into a peace the world can't touch. You may feel broken, but your brokenness in His hands becomes the foundation of a testimony that will set others free. Your yes right now will ripple through every part of your life. Things will begin to shift. Things will begin to fall off. Chains will break. Cycles will end, not because of you, but because of what He will do through your obedience. You have to stay close to this fire. Don't step away from what God is doing. Don't let distraction pull you back into old habits. The enemy is terrified right now because your soul is awakening, your heart is softening, your spirit is coming alive again. And once you walk in the fullness of who God has called you to be, every chain that held you will shatter under the weight of His presence. There will be moments when it feels hard, when the old life tries to call you back, when comfort feels easier than courage. But remember this moment. Remember the weight of God's voice. Remember that you are not the same. You have been marked by mercy. And mercy does not come to leave you where it found you. It comes to take you all the way home. Stay in prayer. Stay in the Word. Surround yourself with people who push you closer to Him. Cut off anything that weakens your spirit. Remove access from what tempts you back into the places God rescued you from. You don't owe your past anything. You don't owe your guilt another second. You owe your future everything. And your future is rooted in God's presence. That's where your joy lives. That's where your clarity flows. That's where your strength is restored. This is not just a turning point. This is a new beginning. The kind of beginning where shame no longer defines you, where peace is not occasional, but constant, where intimacy with God becomes your daily breath. You don't have to keep looking over your shoulder. You don't have to fear judgment. You are covered. You are chosen. You are redeemed. And no one can take that from you. Let this word settle in your spirit. Let the truth go deeper than the fear. Let your heart remain soft. The anger of God has served its purpose. It has awakened you. It has realigned you. It has redirected your steps. And now, His arms are open. His mercy is flowing. His love is waiting. All He asks is that you come. That kind of return makes heaven rejoice and hell tremble. That kind of return carries the weight of eternity, and you right now are walking into that kind of return, but you must protect it. You must guard it with everything inside you, because the enemy is furious that you have heard this word, and even more furious that you are still here, still listening, still choosing God. God is very angry with you, not because you are lost forever, but because you were on the edge of wasting everything He placed inside you. You were about to give up on what He died to redeem. You were dangerously close to giving your purpose to the wrong hands. And the anger you felt, the urgency that pressed on your heart, was not to punish you, it was to pull you back from the cliff. God is not just interested in rescuing you from sin, He wants to restore what sin tried to steal. And now that you've turned, even if it was just with a trembling yes, His presence is wrapping around you, clearing the debris of every lie, every failure, every chain that tried to convince you that this freedom wasn't for you. If you know deep in your spirit that this freedom belongs to you now, comment 1010 as a declaration that you are walking in restoration and not ruin. There is a tenderness in God's presence that follows His anger. When He rebukes you, He doesn't leave you bruised and alone. He comes with healing in His voice. He restores what was broken by the truth. He lifts you up after He has stripped away what was killing you. That is the God you serve, not just a holy judge, but a loving Father. He disciplines because He loves. He confronts because He still sees the gold in you that's worth redeeming. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles, but this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. But now that you've been awakened, you cannot go back to sleep. You cannot unsee what God has shown you. You cannot go back to living the way you did before His voice broke through the noise. To return to the old life now would be more dangerous than ever, because now you know the truth. Now you have seen what's at stake. Now you've tasted the mercy that held you when you didn't deserve it. And to walk away from that would be a deeper rebellion than before. So protect your freedom, cover your peace, guard the flame that God has reignited in you. How do you do that? You stay in His word, not just when you need something, but because you need Him. You let His word become your food, your air, your foundation. You wake up every day and choose to live surrendered. Not perfect, surrendered. You walk away from everything that made you numb to His presence. You delete the number. You leave the room. You shut the door. You cut off the access points of the enemy and stop romanticizing the places that almost destroyed you. You surround yourself with those who walk in the light. You stay connected to people who challenge your growth, not your convictions. You speak what God is doing in you. You testify even when your voice shakes, because the more you speak it, the more real it becomes. The more you declare it, the more power it holds in your atmosphere. And every time you speak it, you are reminding darkness that it doesn't get the final word over your life. You must also learn to recognize the voice of the enemy quickly. He will try to sneak in through guilt. He will try to twist your past into shame again. He will try to convince you that your obedience was emotional, that you'll fail again, that you're not strong enough to stay free. But you are not doing this in your own strength. The power that raised Christ from the grave is inside of you. That power is not weak. That power is not confused. That power is not temporary. It is eternal. It will carry you. It will uphold you. It will guide you when you feel lost and strengthen you when you feel weak. You are not walking this road alone. The presence of God is your companion now. His Spirit is alive in you, and He will speak, correct, comfort, and lead you as you stay surrendered. Don't chase feelings, chase truth. Don't wait for a perfect day to stay holy. Obey when it's hard. Obey when it's lonely. Obey when everything in you wants to compromise. That is how you grow strong in the Spirit. That is how you begin to live in victory, not because of how loud your prayers are, but because of how consistent your surrender is. The enemy will try to make you feel like you are still who you were, but you are not. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are not your struggle. You are not your addiction. You are not your failure. You are not your darkest night. You are who God says you are. Redeemed, loved, chosen, called, covered, restored, protected, healed. You are the one God fought for. You are the one God warned. You are the one God kept alive. And now, you are the one He is sending out as a testimony of what mercy looks like when it grabs hold of a soul that everyone else counted out. Don't waste this. Don't drift again. Don't take His grace lightly. Let the fire grow. Let the hunger deepen. Let the worship rise. Your life is not your own anymore. You belong to the one who saved you. And because of that, every step you take from this day forward must be intentional, must be holy, must be surrendered. This isn't the end, it's the beginning. There's more God wants to show you, more He wants to do in you, more that's coming if you stay faithful. The next part will begin to speak into what happens when you start to walk in your calling after being restored, how to stand firm when opposition rises, and how to carry the weight of His presence with purity and purpose. You are just getting started. Heaven has taken note. The same God who warned you, who called you out of your drift, is now the God who walks with you into your healing. But as you take this step, know this restoration is not a one-time event, it is a daily surrender. You are not just being restored back to who you used to be, you are being shaped into who you were always meant to become. God is still with you. His presence hasn't changed. His eyes are still on you. But what changes now is your awareness. Where once you were numb, now you feel. Where once you were distant, now you hear. Where once you were resisting, now you are responding. And that response must remain daily. Because even though God's mercy has lifted you, the enemy is watching closely, waiting for any door you might leave open. You've left Egypt, but now you must walk through the wilderness, and your heart must stay tender to His voice every single day. If this moment feels like a sacred continuation, like a deeper yes rising in your spirit, then comment 1515 and declare that you will walk this road with God, no matter what it costs. Now is the time to understand what it means to carry His presence. Not just on Sundays, not just when worship music plays, not just when your emotions are stirred. Carrying His presence means you live aware that He is near, all the time. It means every word you speak, every decision you make, every place you go, you are hosting the Spirit of the living God. This is not something casual. It is a holy responsibility, it is a sacred honor, and it is your calling now. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. There is weight to this, the weight of glory. Not a burden that crushes, but a presence that consecrates. It will change your friendships. It will shift your atmosphere. You won't be able to sit in gossip anymore. You won't be able to fake your way through conversations that grieve the Spirit. You will feel it when the atmosphere is wrong. You will sense it when compromise tries to sneak back in. You will discern what others ignore, because His presence does not coexist with rebellion. And yes, you will be tested. You will be tried. The enemy will not sit silently while you walk in freedom. He will send temptation, distraction, accusation, and old patterns in new disguises. But you do not have to be afraid. God has not brought you this far to leave you. He has not delivered you just to let you wander again, but you must stay rooted, you must stay alert, you must walk daily in the Spirit, not just moments of passion, but in habits of holiness. Your calling is not small. Your restoration was not just about you, it was about the people connected to your obedience. There are souls waiting for the sound of your testimony. There are broken hearts that will be healed through the healing you carry. There are dark places that will be lit by the fire now burning in your spirit. You cannot afford to go back to silence. You cannot afford to minimize what God has done. Speak, declare, stand boldly. Your voice carries authority now, not because of your perfection, but because of your surrender. But don't rush. Let God rebuild you in layers. Let Him take you deeper before He sends you further. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to prove how spiritual you've become. Just stay close, stay low, stay humble. God lifts those who walk in humility. He anoints those who tremble at His word. He exalts those who choose purity when no one else is looking. That is how you stay strong. That is how you remain clean. That is how you guard what you've received. And do not be discouraged if it feels hard. The flesh doesn't die quietly. Old mindsets don't break easily. But you are not who you were. You are a temple now, a vessel of His glory. And He who began this work in you will be faithful to complete it. He is not rushing you. He is walking with you, teaching you, strengthening you, day by day, step by step, breath by breath. This walk with God is not just about discipline. It is about love, real love, the kind that changes how you think, how you speak, how you see others, the kind that reshapes your entire being. This love will wreck your pride. It will tenderize your heart. It will make you weep for the things you once ignored. It will break your heart for the lost. It will awaken compassion, patience, and hunger for truth. And this is what He wants for you, not just that you are free, but that you become someone who frees others. You will begin to see fruit. Peace will last longer. Joy will rise quicker. Temptation will lose its grip. And when storms come, and they will, you will not be shaken like before, because now your roots go deeper. Now your anchor is set. Now your confidence is not in your own strength, but in His faithfulness. You must also forgive yourself. Stop replaying the old failures. Stop rehearsing the shame. You've repented. You've returned. God has forgiven you. You are clean. You are covered. You are new. Let that truth wash over every thought that tries to pull you back. Speak it aloud if you have to. Proclaim it until your heart believes it. You are not bound anymore. You are not a slave to sin. You are a child of God, clothed in righteousness, sealed by the Spirit, walking in freedom. And now, you begin the holy task of living every day as if you belong to heaven, because you do. Your choices matter, your words carry power, your habits shape your legacy. You do not live for applause, you live for His presence. You do not chase the approval of man, you follow the whisper of God. You do not blend in with the world. You shine as a light that cannot be hidden.